What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. Welcome to Montgomery, Alabama, the state's capital and second largest city. We are in Lower Wetumpka, and we're about to see some Northside hoods here. So we're actually thinking about buying a house in the hood, and let's explain that and talk to you guys.
And we includes me, Katie.
Yeah. So when I say we, I mean Katie. We're buying a house thinking about buying a house in the hood here. Let's talk about it on this video and give you guys a tour of one of the city's inner city neighborhoods here, and talk about why I want to do it. First of all, I believe in real estate. I don't believe in Bitcoin. I don't believe in cryptocurrency. And there's people that watch my videos and they talk about cryptocurrency a lot. That's all they talk about. But I noticed that, I don't know if you guys pay attention, every time I see somebody start talking about cryptocurrency, I delete it, because what they do is they have 20 accounts. And a scam is a scam. When something's fraudulent, it's not good. Nothing good comes out of fraud. If you're doing something fraudulent, then it taints the whole entire thing. And I've noticed with cryptocurrency that I'll have somebody comment, "Oh, I like cryptocurrency." Next thing I know, it's got 20 likes. I'm thinking, I know my subscribers did not hit 20. I know 20 of my subscribers did not hit the like on this. And then they have conversations between each other talking about which, cryptocurrency they spend on and which person they should buy from. Like, I know that's one person that's got 20 accounts, and they manage those 20 accounts in a way that they can do that. So that's fraudulent. Okay, that's deception. So why would I invest into something that's deceptive? That doesn't make sense to me. I wouldn't. So I put up a GoFundMe. If you guys want to support it, you can support it. If you don't, I'm still going to buy the house in the hood, because it's what I think is the right thing to do. We've tried buying cars recently. They won't even sell me a car because my income Meat City. I haven't seen this one yet. They won't even finance me a freaking car, man. I went to a dealership to buy a $7,000 car, and the dealership told me we can't do it. We can't do it. So this house, I can get owner financing on it, and the price with interest is going to be less than what I think the house is worth. It's got a big lot. Can't really elaborate too much on the house because it may not even go through. I got to see what the contract looks like and all that, and then I got to blah blah blah. You got a home purchase now. But anyways, there's people here who will do owner financing. Let's say they want $20,000 for the property. You say, I'll give you $25,000 for the property, and I got 2 years to pay it off, which means I would have to come up with about $1,000 a month. And I can do that right off the YouTube. So I'm going to take money from you guys and put it into that house. What do I like about these hoods in the north side of Montgomery and towards the central part of Montgomery? There's bad hoods, and then there's hoods that, even though they have crime, like, it's still a hood, but they have fiber to them. There's a lot of things that I like about these hoods here in Montgomery. One, there's a lot of youth here. Lots and lots of young people. Oh, this block is hot. I don't know what came in here with the camera. Let's see if we can go this way. I don't want to drive through a hot block with a camera. There's just too much people hanging out here. So there's different types of hoods, okay? There's hoods that have good activity, and there's hoods that got bad activity. Like, see these streets right here? I don't like this particular area too much. But there's something about these neighborhoods that I'm looking at. Highlands Park, Highland Gardens, is that what it's called, Katie? The neighborhood we're looking at, Highlands Garden. There's, like, see this street? I like this street more. See these houses? Yeah. They got big front porches. There's a lot of families here, and those families have a lot of kids. That's not a neighborhood that's going to go to crap. There's so many children right now in this neighborhood. This whole area, these neighborhoods right here. This one's for sale right here. Look at that one. I don't know how much they're asking. Call your phone. See how much they're asking for the house. It's 8 Pickle Street. Call that number right there. Michael Maffany. You got it? Right there. These neighborhoods have fiber to them. There's families, and the families have a lot of kids. In 10 years, these kids are going to be 17, 18 years old. Eventually, they're going to be 20 years old. Then they're going to be renting an apartment. They're going to be getting married. That's one good component. There's another good component to this neighborhood. You got it? Call it. Ask them. 8 Pickle Street. Ask them how much they want for it. Just ask them what their asking price is. 8 Pickle Street. There's another aspect, and it is there's Hispanics in this neighborhood. A lot of Hispanics in some of these neighborhoods. The particular neighborhood that we're looking at has a lot of Hispanics. Oh, look at that right there. This got some 26s on that thing, man. That thing is fresh. Yeah, man, that thing is fresh. You see that car? Call.
I did. They already texted me. They'll call us in 5 minutes.
Call us in 5 minutes, okay. So, there's a lot of Spanish people. And when there's Spanish people in a neighborhood, not this area we're looking at now. The area that I'm looking to buy in is a little bit south of here. There's a lot of Spanish people. And when there's Spanish people, means those kids, parents are illegal usually, but the kids are legal usually. And if the kids are legal, and that's all they know, they're here in this metropolitan, they're going to stay in this metropolitan area. You know, when you have so many young people that are from here, they're going to get married, they're going to have families, they may move to another big city, they may move somewhere else. You know, but they may stay in this area. You know what I mean? Like, there's places you go to and you don't see that life. These neighborhoods here in Montgomery got more life than neighborhoods in Miami. You go to a neighborhood in Miami and there's nobody out and about because everybody's working. Now, I think this neighborhood here is called, I can't remember, it's like Boylston or something. Do you remember what it's called? Boylston. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. I liked a little bit south of here. There's life to these neighborhoods. There's people out and about. This neighborhood's hot. On this north side's hot. Yeah, it's called Boylston. This area is hot. Remember we came through here? Mm-hmm. And there was like hangout spots and everything. We did a night drive through here. This area is hot. I talked to some of the people that live in the neighborhood and they said there's only shootings about once a month. That's not bad at all. It's really not bad at all for a hood. It's just once a month. It's not like they're getting shot every day. It's just once a month. You know what I mean? Also, the neighborhood's got all 3 races. It's got Latino, it's got white, and it's got black. Now, there's no Latino in Alabama. When a neighborhood has Latino in Alabama, it means that they had to come here recently for a reason. And there's a lot. These neighborhoods are around here. So I wouldn't want to buy here. This is way too hot. There's way too. But you see, like, people buying stuff, families. I don't like this neighborhood too much. Hey. I love the house right there. This neighborhood back here, there's just too much activity. You got too many like teenage sized kids. These are kids that get in trouble. But the neighborhood that we're looking at, you see a lot more younger kids. Actually, I don't know. There's not too many Spanish people here. I like when a neighborhood has Spanish people because Spanish people, they came here for a reason. Affordability and jobs. They don't, like, Spanish people don't just come to Alabama. When you go into a neighborhood and there's a lot of Spanish people, they came here for a reason. There's a reason why they came here. Jobs and affordability. So the area that I'm looking at, lots of Spanish people in there, and Latino communities grow exponentially. So that's, the neighborhood's got a lot of good stuff going for it. It really does. I like that the life of these Montgomery hoods have. Not all of them. Some of these Montgomery neighborhoods, I don't like the vibes and environment. They're just too, they become hangout spots. Mass.
Unknown caller.
Hey, this is Jose. Hello? Oh, I think I'm on speaker. Hello? Yeah, how much are you asking for the property on 8 Pickle Street? Okay, the lot. 50,000. How big is the total lot size? Like, is it like about half an acre between both? All right, no problem. Yeah, I saw it. It looks pretty good. Is it inhabitable or is it kind of rundown? Beautiful. Okay. No, I'm not really gonna waste your time unless I'm 100%. I'm just scoping out the neighborhood. You know, I'm scoping out the neighborhood. What I'm looking for is properties that will do owner financing, and some of the ones that are more beat up, they will. If it's in good shape, there's really no incentive for the owner to want to do that. Oh yeah. All that. I own a house in Millbrook. It's on an acre. It's decent. It's livable. I got my house in Millbrook. I got my cars paid off. But when you look at a bank, if you ain't got credit, they don't want to touch you. You know. You think so? I hate credit cards. I mean, my bank, my bank will, I got my bank offering me all types of credit cards. I just don't like the concept of debt too much, man. But sometimes you gotta do it. Yeah. I got everything, yeah. Yeah, no. But I'm looking. Yeah, the money that I can give to a bank in interest, I can leave it in my own pocket and I'll multiply it in my own pocket. Why am I going to give somebody else my money for free? Yeah. Capital One. Yeah, they send me stuff every day. When I look at those interest rates, I'm like, nope. But yeah. Yeah. Well, what I'm looking for is a homeowner, you know, where I'll pay them the interest directly. Screw the bank. There's people that I'll tell them, hey, I'll pay this out. It's $20,000. I'll pay you $25,000 for it, and I'll pay it off in a year or two. You know, $1,000 a month, and you know, get a hold of some real estate. I mean, people don't see potential in Montgomery, but you look at what's happening in real estate throughout the. Yeah. All right, man. What's your name? Michael. I'll save your number and I'll keep you in touch. All right. I'll put Michael Montgomery, man. Appreciate it. All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Michael Montgomery. Save his number. No idea where we're going.
We never do.
I'm not gonna get a credit card. Just fix your credit. I'm like, no. At this point, for us, credit is finding somebody who will say, here, I'll finance it to you. Once you got your house paid off like we do and our cars paid off, like what the crap do you need credit for unless you're trying to invest? You know? And if you need to invest, you're not, like, that's the dumbest thing. Like me right now, I'm buying a house, I'm taking a risk. But you're not an investor. Like, I can't say, oh, I'm buying a house, I'm an investor. No, you're an idiot. Because it's not, you're an investor when it's your own. You know who's an investor? The person who lends you the money. That's an investor. You know what I mean? I know we're kind of driving around pointless neighborhoods, guys, but business is business. Jose is making moves, man. We're going to we're going to find somebody here in Montgomery who will finance us a property. We already got a few people in the works. They'll do owner financing, and we're gonna buy off something. If you, like I said, the GoFundMe is there. If you guys want to participate in that and help me out, I appreciate it. I'm gonna do it regardless. Ooh, look at that Benz. So you want to head to the east side?
Whatever.
To the mall?
I have no. Oh look, the Fat Man's.
Fat Man's.
Is it open?
Are they open? I don't know. I shouldn't be having barbecue.
No.
All we've done is talk about our diet.
They're not open.
All we've done is talk about. I think we're gonna go to the where we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And it's healthy. It wasn't too unhealthy last time, was it?
No. I mean, we'll have to ask questions. But
Yeah.
It's our usual questions.
Yeah.
Do you want me to call in reserve?
No. We'll handle that privately. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Big old building over there. I'm gonna head east. We're now heading south on Federal. But, so let's head to the mall. The military base, Maxwell, one of those here. I think there's 2 Maxwell bases. Let's head to the mall. Let's go to the mall. You gotta wear a mask at the mall.
I don't think we brought them.
Neither one?
No.
Can you get a mask like at a gas station or something?
Yeah.
Continue on Federal Drive for 1.5 miles.
The thing about coming to the city, every time we come to Montgomery, we have to grab our mask because it's the city. We live out in the woods, so we don't really wear a mask. No need to. There's nobody around. You walk into a store where we live. You walk into a store where we live, there's nothing. But a really, really high risk thing would be if we moved into the hood ourselves, because I can rent our house. Life is a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Is that a Ferrari? No, that's a new Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
That's that new Corvette. Yeah, buddy. That's that new C8 thing, right? You notice how where I worked yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Where I worked yesterday, there was one house had a Rolls Royce and a Maserati, and that Corvette you see right there.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, well, a lot of expensive cars for one little house in our neighborhood. He's a football player that still lives with his mom or something. He's a football player, but he still lives with mom or something. Who knows? Or just somebody who likes cars but wants to live in Millbrook. Who knows? I was surprised. I was like, damn, look at all them cars. To the mall to get more J's. Get some J's on. I got my J's on. Well, like I said, guys, I'm making my moves. I'm going to buy a house here. And the GoFundMe, I think now, does the GoFundMe have an expiration date now?
No.
You can have it open whenever. So there's no rush. I mean, it's open. Maybe once I buy the house, I've been saving up a little bit. Y'all don't know that, but I've been saving a little bit of a down payment to get into this house we're going to buy. I like this neighborhood here, but we can't afford here yet.
Yeah.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto
Spanish. You see that guy right there mowing the lawn?
Yeah.
Guatemala. I'm telling you, there's so many Spanish. Like, this neighborhood here is getting filled with Spanish people. There's Spanish people everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's Spanish people. Let's see here. American. Spanish people everywhere in Montgomery. They're coming here for the affordability of it. Look at how beautiful this neighborhood is.
In 400 feet, turn left.
This neighborhood's pretty. I wish I could buy a house here, but
Turn left, then turn left.
and not all these neighborhoods are that hot. They all have, inner city, but they're not all that hot. Yeah, this is Capitol Heights. This is one of the neighborhoods that is probably, I don't know, 20% Latino at this point. I'm not sure. But at least the school kids are at least 20-30% Latino.
Yeah.
This neighborhood is kind
Head
of...
west on Yancey Avenue toward North Pennsylvania Street.
I don't need the map. I know how to get to the mall from here. Look at this little house right here, baby. See that house on the hill?
Mm-hmm.
It's vacant. See that hill? Oh, no, it's not. There's people in there. There's just not more than one. What I like about these neighborhoods is that they're mixed. There's like about 1/3 of, Latino, white, black. It's very mixed, very diverse. And there's probably a little bit of Asian somewhere in here too. Hot neighborhood, but the houses are well kept. Most probably this one. They're fixing this one up. I like this neighborhood, Capitol Heights, a lot. It's got a lot of potential. Miami, look at Opelika. Who would have invested money in Opelika, Miami? You remember Opelika, Miami? You can get a house for $50,000, $60,000, $80,000, and nobody would buy them. You good? You good? You go ahead. You go. Come on. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, man. So he smiled. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great people, man. Opelika. Who would have bought a house in Opelika, Miami? Who would have bought a house in Opelika, Miami? Now I see houses that people got for $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 going for $400,000 because there was a come up. And the come up in Opelika wasn't even related to being near to the beach. It was related to like a whole bunch of other stuff. They put an Amazon plant there and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Who knows what the crap. Miami Airport, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? You know? Yeah, Montgomery's not going to be worth $400,000. But you get a house for $20,000. Look at in Tampa. Houses in the hood in Tampa before the crunch were going for $120,000. Dude, do you guys realize how big of a come up Tampa was? You could have... Tampa 8 years ago was cheaper. Do you know that Tampa was cheaper than Montgomery? Tampa was cheaper than Montgomery. You could have bought houses in Tampa for $20,000, picked up 10 houses. Now they're worth $100,000 a piece. You made $100,000 to $500,000. If somebody had 5 houses in Tampa, they made $500,000 with $100,000 in 8 to 10 years, if they had them in the right places. So, where there's fear, there's money. People are afraid of Montgomery. There's money to be made here. That's all there is to it. And it's got all the signs. Look at that Porsche right there. That's a Panamera. That's not a cheap car. Where there's fear, there's money to be made. Most people are withdrawing. But the thing is, a lot of people withdrawing for like it's white flight. People withdrawing from Montgomery. But beyond that, Latinos are moving in. Latinos like home ownership. They don't have a lot by percentage, but when there's a population established, they buy houses. And when Latinos get their hands on a piece of real estate, they're like old black people. You know, old black people, like back in Fort Myers, they'll buy out the whole neighborhood. And them old black people that grew up in that neighborhood, you can't get rid of them people. You can offer them, and I know that doesn't sound pretty, but really that's what they want to do down there. That's what they want to do to all the places. They want to get rid of the people. No matter if they're what color. That had nothing to do with a racial context. They want to get rid of people. They wanted to get rid of Latinos. They want to get rid of anything that's in the way because they want that real estate in South Florida. You know why? Because you see the sky's gray today. You guys notice the sky's gray? 99% of the United States has gray skies today. You know the only place in the United States that has blue skies today? South of I-4. South Florida, where we used to live. Is the only place, look it up if you don't believe me, the only place in the United States that has blue skies today is South Florida. They want that. They want the blue sky, they want the beach. Anybody that's there's gotta go. But in Fort Myers, you go to neighborhoods and you see a tiny little old house, and them people from the hood won't move out of there. Can't move them. You can't move them out of those neighborhoods. They'll offer them $200,000 for a house in the hood. Say, hey, $200,000. You know what they say? No. Until those people pass away and then their kids get the house and then the kids get rid of it. That's the only time they can move those people out of there. Because them people, they won't sell those houses. Look at these neighborhoods. These neighborhoods are pretty. This neighborhood was in Tampa. These would be $500,000 houses in Tampa. And while you do have crime concern here in Montgomery, believe me, you got it in Tampa too. Last time we were in Tampa, what we saw, Katie? Not this time when we were up there, but the time before. Tell me what we saw. You know what we saw.
I don't even want to say.
You don't even want to talk about it. We saw 2 people, right?
Yeah.
One was an accident. One was a crime scene. 2 people, flat out. Last time we were in Tampa, 2 people we saw on the ground. You got crime in Tampa too, and if this neighborhood was in Tampa, this would be a $500,000 neighborhood. You just have to see potential where it's at. You gotta know where there's potential. Louisville, Kentucky, right now, even in Louisville, Kentucky, houses in Louisville are worth twice what they're worth here in Montgomery. The weather sucks. The crime is worse. The people are more hateful and bitter. And houses in Louisville, Kentucky are worth twice what they're worth here in Montgomery. Why? Explain to me why a house in Louisville, Kentucky is worth more than twice. Why? Because people from California started moving there. And they actually made it worse by moving there. They made the real estate prices higher, but they didn't make the place better. Because you know what I'm saying? Look at how people drive here in Montgomery. Pay attention to how people drive here in Montgomery. How decent and respectful people are in this place. In Louisville, Kentucky, you guys saw the video. I don't even have to talk about it. If you saw a video, you saw people driving in the wrong direction to get around people. Wild. I wouldn't want to live in a place like that. And the real estate's worth twice as much. And the weather's crappier. And there's less jobs in here. It's a bigger metropolitan area. I wouldn't trade. I would never. I would rather be here. And I lived in Louisville, Kentucky. I know what Louisville's about. I got friends that still live up there. I got family that's still up there. People I stay in touch with all the time. Wouldn't want to live there. You know that Louisville, Kentucky, New York City has... The winter in Louisville, Kentucky is more bitter than the winter in New York. The difference is that in New York, you have cooler weather for longer periods of time. The winter in Kentucky is kind of shorter. But for that winter period of Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky, that winter period is actually more brutal than New York. Look it up. You can go on the internet. You can write the name of a city and look at, monthly highs and lows. The winter in Louisville, Kentucky is more brutal than New York, even though New York is further up. Now, for the year, the winter lasts longer as far as lower temperatures. But the brutal part of the winter in Kentucky is more brutal. It's just things that make sense, man. I mean, people don't see that, but it just makes sense. We're now heading east on Atlanta Highway. But yeah, I would totally invest in Montgomery. And if I can find people for sell by owners where I could, get myself in a 2-year scenario where in 2 years I can pay it off, I'm doing it. I'm getting some real estate. I'm risking it, doing it. Because I see the potential that other people don't. It's just the fact that there's always Spanish people moving here to Montgomery from Mexico and Guatemala and Salvador is a good thing. And if you can get some Puerto Ricans and Cubans in that mix, even better. But they don't. They have. We not they. I just say we because I'm Latino. But we have this notion that we have to live in New York, California, New York, Texas, California, Florida. We have to live in those 4 states. No, man. There's 50 states in this country. You can live anywhere. And if you're from Montgomery and you want to move to Florida, move to Florida. If you're from Montgomery and you want to move to New York, see the world. Different places, different experiences. The more you see, the more you learn, the better the better informed you are of what's going on in the world and what's better for you and your family.
I honestly would like to see all the 50 states, even the ones that people think might be boring. I'd even want to see Oklahoma, Nebraska.
I thought when we moved to Alabama, our YouTube channel would tank.
Yeah.
We talked about it. We said our YouTube channel is probably going to tank. Dude, we're doing 3 times better on YouTube. You smell that? Is that a Burger King or a medical center?
Shane's
That's a brand new
Shack.
Are they good rated? We can't eat ribs. We got to stick to other Publix right here.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to have dairy.
I like Montgomery for a lot of reasons. I like a lot. There's always life here. A lot of cities just don't have it. And then you get over here, these are nicer neighborhoods. Check out what's going on in here. These neighborhoods here are a little bit better. But these neighborhoods are going to put you... And actually, even for $100,000, the house you get here in Montgomery for $100,000, We could have got a better house in Montgomery, but I'd rather live out in the suburbs. But there's no lie, these neighborhoods are prettier. Sometimes I wonder if we should have ended up in Montgomery. Other than the country life has a lot of benefits versus the city life, and this is still city here. There's a lot of benefits to the country life. I mean, I like both, to be honest. People think that now that I'm in the country, I'm kind of like anti-city. I like city life. I do like a lot of the vibes, a lot of the life and the activity. I like both, really. But honestly, like, I spend so much time in different cities that it's nice to live out in the woods. And when I'm home, to kind of be far and retreated from society. This is a nicer neighborhood up in here. Very nice. But I see the potential in Montgomery, and I'm making moves. You know, and if you're from Montgomery, let me tell you something. You may not see the potential in this place because you don't have an outside perspective. But when you see what's going on, I have that Florida perspective, and I see what's going on in other places, then you understand the value of a place like Montgomery. You know, you may not see it yourself, but it's there. You just don't see it. Pigeon. Let's head on down to the mall. But see, there are like a little bit better neighborhoods, but even some of these better neighborhoods like this is not a bad neighborhood. You can probably find a house here that needs work for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in a neighborhood like this. Where else on earth, or in the United States, you're gonna get a house in a decent neighborhood for $50,000, $70,000? It's like impossible. Like unheard of, practically. You got a Publix and a Starbucks right there. And this is comparable to Tampa. Neighborhood like this. This isn't hot here. You know, hot is over there. You know, on the other side of town, north side, west side. Out here, this is more calm. And you still got inner city stuff, but it's not like living in the hood. The only neighborhoods that'll kind of fool you are like Perry Hill. Oh yeah, look at that Suburban right there. That Ford truck's not moving. It's got mode on it. Nobody home though. People really don't want to sell junk cars here. I've tried buying junk cars off people. Maybe I come off too strong. I'm knocking on their door and saying they don't want to. How much you want for it? May not need that truck. Oh yeah, look at that Suburban. Bourbon. I think I'm gonna sell my work truck. It's starting to become, it's costing way more to keep it than it is. This thing's rated for 6,000 pounds, and I'm never even hauling 6,000 pounds. I can't even remember. Oh, here's the problem though, if we do that. If we do go down to one, we can't go down to one car.
No.
We would have to buy a little clunker before we sell the truck. Because, like, let's say this car's in the shop, then we don't have a way to get around.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we would be stranded, really. Well, is that Orion's? Right there, it looks like Orion's. That building in front of us. Was that Orion's buffet?
It might have been.
Gosh, I wish those things were still open.
There are still open ones.
Very few.
Yeah.
Most of them closed.
You know, we can go to Orion's whenever you want.
Let's do it right now. Look at how pretty this neighborhood is on the left.
Let me find where
On
the
the right.
closest open one is.
The neighborhood's pretty. Let's do it. Want to go to Dolphin? I love how it's just like 4:30 in the afternoon. Hey, want to go to Dolphin? Yeah, sure, let's go. Let's do it. But yeah, I mean, I want to put my money that I'm making on YouTube into something that's going to stay. Like, I want to put all that YouTube money into something that's going to stay.
There used to be one at Cobb's Ford.
Gosh, that would have been awesome. Are you kidding me? Yeah, there used to be Ryan's in Prattville. Yeah. Man, those must have been good times. City Pond. Look at the size. These houses in here get bigger. Right about here, they get big. Somebody on the roof of that church. That neighborhood. Big houses in here. So we're heading towards the east side, which is the suburbs. I love how there's no traffic here in Montgomery. Look at this. This is like 4:30 on a Friday. We're just like cruising. Was that a restaurant? Computer service. Was that a restaurant? Thai. A Thai place right
I know
now?
there's one in Kentucky.
Yeah. Title cash. Worst business ever. I told Kate, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of risky because it's gonna. If we do it, it's gonna be $1,000 a month for like a year and a half that we got to come up with. But then I thought about it and I said, look, we were stuck in a payday cycle for a while. Payday loans. We were stuck in a payday loan cycle. Now we're looking at buying real estate. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we're not like risking what we already have. We're just getting ourselves into more. I don't know. I need that excitement. I need that pressure in my life to do stuff. Like, I feel like I made my life so simple that now I crave that rush, you know? That hustle. I have a lot of psychological problems, nervousness and all that, and just being in a little crunch keeps me preoccupied to where if I'm focused on working and doing stuff, and like I need stuff to do. Like I don't want to just, I feel like I've made my life so simple. Like I feel like I'm ready for a stage of more responsibility again and more pressure, because now like my life is so devoid of responsibility, and that's dangerous too. Like we made our lives so simple that I feel like, and devoid of responsibility, that now we don't even have a sleeping schedule. Like we don't really have anything. They definitely got.
I think they're completely out of business.
Ooh. Ryan's?
Yeah.
Are they really? Dude, those girls definitely got something going on. They're like both wearing masks and they're both coughing and like red. Eesh. Scary. Scary, scary, scary. You're almost to the mall. Get some J's? No.
You forgot about the whole mask thing, didn't you?
I wear a bandana. I'll put a hole. I'll improvise a mask. I will.
Okay.
We got spare parts here. We'll make it happen. Well, anyways, guys, that's kind of where we're at right now. We're looking at kind of up. I'm gonna go past some. There's Regions Bank. We now have a Regions Bank account. I got tired of Bank of America. Oh snap! It's got 22s on that thing. Bank of America is garbage. I haven't closed the account yet, but we're gonna close it soon probably. Bank of America is the most garbage bank ever. We went to an ATM in what city were we in? Tallahassee, Florida. Went to an ATM in Tallahassee, Florida to deposit money. The machine got stuck and it swallowed our money. It couldn't give us our money, and it couldn't give us a number for how much we deposited. They said they would resolve it in 10 days. I called today and they said 45 days. So they took like a bunch of cash. Like we don't have Bank of America here in Alabama. So when I go to an out of state to deposit, I'm making a large deposit of cash into this ATM because I don't like to have large amounts of cash on me. Went to deposit a large sum of cash and the whole thing went to crap. Like it got froze, and now like, oh gosh, I hate Bank of America. I can't stand Bank of America. Are there any other clothing stores on this side of town other than the mall? So I could just switch it up, because I was just at the mall. I kind of know what the mall has. Can you look up on your phone, baby?
Yeah.
See if there's any clothing stores. I gotta get some pants, is what I really gotta get. I don't have enough pants. I'm kind of good on shirts. There's a Dollar General here. What's this store right there? College? What do they call? Is that a barbecue food truck? That can't be healthy. Every time we eat food trucks, don't we like always get sick from food trucks? I think we do. I was raised in the projects.
City Trends.
They're crappy. There's one that's the City Trend or City. There's one that's okay. There's one that's good and one that's trashy. Which is the one that's like really trashy? There's two. There's City Trends and then there's another one that sounds like
City Gear.
City Gear is a good one, right?
I think they both probably have their strong.
No, there's one that's like really trashy. It's like worse than Ross. I think it's City Trends. City Gears.
Ooh.
Hey, there's some Gen X over here. Hey, did they open that new Dreamland
Continue
yet?
on Atlanta Highway for 3/4 of a mile.
Did they open that new Dreamland yet? Where are you going?
They might, yeah.
Where are you going?
Somewhere special you'll
Just tell
just
me.
love.
Just tell me. Because I may not want to go there.
I'm not telling you, and you're just going
Hey,
there.
there's an Applebee's right there. Let's go to Applebee's. Tell me what it is or I'll go to Applebee's.
Lane Brett.
Let's go. If you want to go shopping, let's go shopping.
In a quarter
But-
mile, turn right
okay.
onto Taylor
Sure.
Road.
And I talked to Dad about the house. I video shot of my dad. I showed him the house, and he said, $20,000 is nothing. Just go for it. You know what I mean? Like a car's $20,000 nowadays. Go for it. That's what my dad said. He said, go for it, man. Do it. And I can't tell you guys too much, but my dad's also back in Florida doing the closing on a property for one of my siblings that is also buying a house in Florida. So here's my
You're gonna
my
turn
dad's
here.
with right here.
Yeah.
My dad's with one of my siblings doing the closing on a house in Florida. And I call him and tell him, hey, Dad, I'm going to buy this house. So I'm sure he's happy right now. Like,
Turn
me
right
over here
onto
trying to buy a
Taylor Road.
house. Them down there buying a house. We just bought our house 9 months ago. Like, we're trying to get our hands on some real estate, man. It's time. It's the time of
Continue on
it.
Taylor Road for 1.5 miles.
I'm excited about real estate. I'm excited about Katie. I'm excited about touching Katie. Come here.
He's always excited for that.
Oye, loca, ven para acá, come here. Muévelo sin parar. That's horrible. All right, y'all. Auburn. There's also an Auburn University here on this side of Montgomery. I need excitement in my life. Well, there goes our savings if we do it, though.
What's
Actually,
in the
no.
bank?
Actually, no.
No.
We would be running thin.
No. I'll tell you off camera what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah. Oh, we can still keep our savings. We don't have to take it out of our savings. I know what you're gonna say. It's gonna run us thin this month. There won't be no travels this month. We'll have to keep it local. But then we'll have videos about the property we buy. And since we're not living, I guess we
Get
can
in the
show
left
it.
lane.
Left lane.
Yeah.
Oh, we're almost to 45 minutes. I want to make this video exactly 45 minutes. There's a Jack's right there. Maybe Jack's.
No.
They're healthy. Yeah, they're building a Waffle House. Like if the other Waffle Houses in Montgomery had any business.
They do.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I've never seen a packed Waffle House here. Oh yeah, no, God, man, by God.
I see packed
Is
Waffle
that
Houses
say
all
Cuba
the
on
time.
it? Oba.
Oba.
I thought it said Cuba. I was like, really? You went to Cuba? I've met 2 people in Alabama who've been to Cuba. That's not odd. So yes, guys, the GoFundMe is up, and I'm going to try to make it happen with my own funds. But if you guys want to participate in that, hop on board. And again, don't have to do it right now. This is a process. Either way, I'm looking to buy some real estate, even if it's in the hood. Actually, I've thoroughly thought this out.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto East Chase Parkway.
I've thoroughly thought this out, and I've come to a solid conclusion that I would rather invest into the hood than into decent neighborhoods, because the appreciation on the lower end of real estate is always higher than on the top end, or even the middle. For the middle to be profitable, there has to be a lot of good stuff going on. I think already everything else topped out, and now there's going to be a crunch at the bottom. Always the crunch is at the bottom. The crunch is always for affordability. So the more affordable the real estate is, the more desirable it is. I know that's counterproductive in a sense. It doesn't seem, or I don't know what the word right now. It doesn't make
Counterproductive.
no. Whatever. It doesn't make sense, but it does. The crunch is always at the bottom. Like lots in Lehigh. Like how many people do we know that had 50 lots in Lehigh? They went from being worth like $2,000 to like $20,000. They made $100,000 into $1 million or something. You know what I mean? Like You just gotta go for it and do it. And we're betting on Montgomery, basically.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto East Chase
Like,
Parkway.
most people are bailing. A lot of people are bailing out of Montgomery,
In a quarter
and
mile,
we're saying,
turn right
hold
at
on,
East Chase Loop.
investing into Montgomery. It's crazy how white fight's still a thing. It's wild. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I usually stop in about 45 minutes. We're gonna do some shopping here on the East Chase.
Scotty Dog.
Oh, Scotty Dog. What's happening, Scotty Dog? I'm in the hood, buying a house in the hood, you know me. What's up? You hear me? Yo. Oh, whoa, whoa. I had you on mute. What's up, man? I'm in the hood looking to buy a house in the hood. I'm serious, though. The owner will do owner financing. It's